What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Chat with Langston podcast mini series, and I'm actually starting this for the first time. It's like I'm trying to start like a mini series podcast where it's basically something that's going to be like less than 10 minutes, and I talk about maybe a topic or whatever that I find interesting or something that caught my eye and whatnot. So hopefully this goes well, which I think it will. And firstly, let me start by saying that I hope all of you have a good day. And if you're in the gym or driving or whatever, I genuinely hope you enjoy this podcast. And please, let me know how it goes. And I would like that. But today's topic of interest is ChatGPT. And maybe some of you have heard about it, and maybe some of you have not heard about it. But it is basically this new platform which is an AI based platform that has been created by this company called OpenAI. I don't know if it's a company or whatnot, but it's been really popular and it's pretty much hitting the news like every day right now. So, what is ChatGPT? In a nutshell, I would say like I made a couple of pointers over here, but it is basically, I would say, an AI based search engine. So it's sort of like Google. So let's say if you want to search something, you search for Google and you get a bunch of results, right? But when you search for something on ChatGPT, like how to cook or how to bake a cake, it essentially it presents you like a whole recipe of how to bake a cake. Now, the thing is that it basically uses artificial intelligence. So I do not know what's the back end of it. It seems like the back end is connected to Google, but some people say it's not. But it's basically I guess it's, you know, condensing a lot of results and it's fetching you the best result possible and it's presenting that in front of you. So the way I see it, it's like if I search for Google on something, I have about 15, 20 results to look for, versus whereas if I search for something on ChatGPT, I get like one result and that's it, right? And it's which means that it's kind of streamlined. It's like I get one answer for something versus thousand answers for something. That's essentially what I thought it was. So so I was trying to experiment with it, right? So there's a lot of stuff you can literally ask the open intelligence thing, like, you know, give me a list of names for babies. It will probably present you a bunch of names, right? It also helps people who are developers, so people who code, like, how do I fix this error? It gives you like a result with the picture of the code in it and how to solve that specific error. Now, I do not know how it really resolves every error because I don't really code myself every day, but I'm sure maybe it might be useful to developers. I haven't really checked the developer community. I don't really know how they use it, but I'm sure that there is some use case for that. What I really used it for was pretty interesting though, and that's what I actually want to talk about. So I was like, let me just fidget around with this, right? So I was like, write me a motivational LinkedIn post, right? And like, literally, it wrote me something so cool where I was like, wow, this sounds awesome, and I'm gonna post it. So I wanna like read that post out to you, which I posted a while ago. Let me see if I can find it here. Um, oh wait, you know what? I actually wrote one for Happy Holidays, right? So I was like, write me a post for Happy Holidays, which is the season right now. It's Christmas season. Wishing everyone a happy and healthy holiday season. Whether you are celebrating with loved ones, in person or virtually, hope you're having a wonderful time, filled with joy, laughter, and lots of love. Here's to a bright and prosperous new year ahead. I did not write that at all. It was literally ChatGPT, AI based. This was a whole AI thing. So if you're following me on LinkedIn and you saw the post, it wasn't me. It was AI, artificial intelligence. So that was pretty cool. And then I was like, write me an Instagram post for my fitness related content. Like, cause I post a lot of fitness based content on my Instagram, as well as my TikTok, YouTube, and whatnot. It wrote me a nice post. Uh, Write me hashtags, fitness related hashtags. It gives me hashtags for those posts, which is pretty cool. And I was like, wow, that is interesting, because it gives you something very unique and whatnot. And But then I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, if I can do this, that means everyone's probably going to be doing it. And that's where it gets a little complicated, but I'll get into that a little later. But yeah, I was doing that, I was enjoying it, I was using the hashtags and everything. So it was pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I mean, I'm still using it, I'm still playing around with it. But that kind of gets me thinking about one thing though. Like, let's say in this specific use case, if I keep using hashtags, which is generated by OpenAI or ChatGPT, and if everyone's probably using the same thing, that might create a huge effect on maybe the algorithm of Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts. I have a feeling it might play that because let's say I'm using the same set of hashtags, someone else is using the same set of hashtags, or someone else might be using it, and eventually people are going to be using ChatGPT as a platform to generate hashtags for them. People might see this, very similar content, and it might get saturated. Now, I'm not saying that that's probably what's going to happen because already like a lot of the hashtags are saturated in the fitness industry or any industry in whatever, unless it's a new one or it's a new trend. But that's kind of where I see it happening. I did not see the benefits of using this hashtags generated by AI so far. I mean, it definitely helps you reach more people, but it did not really give me a different thing. Maybe that's maybe probably the content that I posted is not appealing to people, or it could be various different reasons. So I don't know, but it's I think ChatGPT all in all might be still a useful tool, and um, as far as my opinion is there on it, I again, it's a new piece of technology. I'm still playing with it. That's why I'm talking about it. I still want to experiment with it. I want to see how it affects me or how it could help me in my daily life, maybe work or whatever. Will I be using it and whatnot? So yeah. One thing I do not like about it though is that it's browser based, and I don't know if they have an app for it yet because there was no app for it. So that's one thing. And yeah, I mean that's really the only thing. Like, I want to see how advanced it gets, and if it's actually gonna help people in general. Is it gonna consume jobs? I don't think so. Probably not, because I mean, usually human beings for certain jobs. I mean, this is something that human beings have developed, so I don't think it's gonna ever replace them. It's just a tool end of the day. So because Google essentially is doing the same thing, but it's just that ChatGPT is streamlining what Google has to say. And if it's not using a Google based API, then it essentially looks like Google's competitor. That's what I think. Those are my thoughts on it. And it's probably gonna hit Google with like, oh, okay, this is like a newsflash alert, someone else is coming to the market. But I don't think they're there yet because Google is still, I mean, a big beast right now. I mean, it is, it's a lot more advanced, but you never know, right? I mean, technology is evolving and whatnot. But anyways, that's my take on ChatGPT so far. Try it out, and if you do, please let me know what you think about it in the comments. I would definitely appreciate that. So if you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, comment on YouTube. If you're listening to it on Spotify or Apple Podcast, comment over there. I genuinely want to know what you guys think about it, and I think it's going to be very insightful for me to think about what to get your thoughts on it and everything. But that's all I have so far. We're running out of time, so I'm going to wrap this up. But if you've listened to this podcast so far, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.